What's up, Affordable Armory folks? How y'all doing? Today, I'm going to be taking a look at my CZ P-07. We're going to go ahead and unbox it as if this was a new gun. We're going to talk about it a little bit, and we'll do the rundown of what I normally do, accuracy, and all that good stuff. And then I'll tell you whether I would buy it again. So stay tuned. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you'll find out when future videos come out. And without further ado, let's head over to the workbench and talk about this gun. Okay, so here is the box that it comes in. It's got the little CZ logo on there, and that's their logo. I guess it's kind of upside down, but there you go. CZ. And it's a nice hard shell case, lockable if you want to. And we'll open her up. So you've got your usual Youth Handgun Safety Act notice. Some of the things it came with. It came with 2 magazines, and these were the base plates that were on it. They were 15 round magazines. However, it also came with 2 extended base plates, and so I went ahead and installed those, and so now I have 2 17 round magazines. There you can see 15 rounds and then plus 2 base plates. So I thought it was pretty cool that it came with those. Like I said, I went ahead and just installed them because why not? So there's that. Obviously the gun was in there, and we'll get to that in a minute. Came with these extra back straps, which is kind of cool. I haven't changed mine out at all, but it does have a total of 3 back straps. And then this right here is the manual safety. So the gun came with the decocker already installed, and I decided to leave it that way. But if you want a safety instead, you can do that. So personally, I like the decocker. I'm not going to carry this gun, and even if I did, it wouldn't bother me. But if you're concerned about that, it does come with both. So that's kind of nice. Up in the top here, we've got, let's see, that's probably my purchase info. We got a safety information from nssf.org. We've got the manual, CZP-07. Let's see, we got warranty stuff, and it came with this cool little information. This is, I guess, like a digital version of a target that they actually shot, and it says on here that they shot it at 15 meters, and so that's their result. So interesting. I think I could shoot this gun better than that. So. But it's kind of nice that they included that. Haven't seen that a lot these days. Used to buy pistols, and it would have a spent cartridge casing in there, and it would have like a certified by so-and-so, and then it may also have like the actual target that they shot. But I haven't seen that in a new gun that I've purchased in quite some time. Again, I bought this gun 3, maybe 4 years ago. I can't remember exactly when. Last but not least, okay, you've got a gun lock. And if I can dig it out, a couple of cleaning tools. So you've got your patch holder and scrub and brush. So not exactly a complete cleaning kit, but I guess if you want to clean the barrel, you still need patches, you still need oil. Sometimes I wonder why they even bother to put stuff like this in there. I'm never going to use it. I mean, look, it's not a complete kit. It's you need other stuff still to clean your gun, and I have plenty of gun cleaning stuff already. So whatever, it's in there. Maybe if this is your first gun you've ever bought, then all you need to buy is oil and lube and stuff. I don't know. Patches. Okay, so now that we've unboxed it per se, let's talk about the gun itself. And we'll start with the usual price and affordability. I paid just over $400 for this one. And yes, it is pink. I've showed this in a video once before. It is a pink gun. I know with the lighting, maybe it's kind of appearing like a light tan color or maybe like a peach color. I don't know. It's pink, guys. And yes, I did a video of a purple gun last week, and then I did another video of another purple gun last week, and now I'm doing a pink gun video. You would think more women would watch this channel, seriously. But I digress. So, like I said, I paid a little over $400 for this gun. Right before making this video, I checked on Gunbroker, couldn't find any pink ones, and they were going for around 500. And that was like the current bid price. They were actually going for over 500. Now, granted, we are in the middle of like the biggest gun buying time period ever. So like record sales every month. So, good luck. You know, if this is the gun that you've decided that you want, you're probably going to pay for it. So just saying. I did look up other listings. There were places that had it listed for $479 was about the average price that I found, but none of them were in stock. That was just their list price as if they had the gun. So keep that in mind. If you want this gun, it's probably going to be really hard to find right now. Capacity. So I already kind of talked about this a little bit in the unboxing portion. So these are 15 round magazines with 2 round extensions on them, and so the capacity is now 17 rounds. But standard capacity on the P-07 is 15 rounds. These will also take P-09 magazines, which is the full-size version of this gun. It's just got a slightly longer grip frame. And I'm not 100% on this, but every time I look up magazines for this gun, it says CZ P10C/P-07. So maybe I got to get a P10C next and see if these work in it. Or order a P10C magazine and see if it works in here. But it would seem that they're compatible, which is pretty cool. I wouldn't have thought that, but like I said, just looking at it, they all said P-07/P10C or vice versa. So that's kind of cool. Let's roll in the shooting footage and then we'll talk about accuracy. Okay, so here is the group that I shot with the P-07, and it's actually fairly similar shot placement to the test target that I showed you earlier. I just shot more rounds. They only shot 5. I shot 50, I believe, and not bad. I'm shooting kind of to the left, which is pretty typical. I'm a right-handed shooter, and I just don't shoot this gun enough to work it to where it's in the bullseye. But that's a good solid group. Aside from the few that are up in here. And I can't remember, that may have been one-handed or offhand, left-handed shooting or something. I'm not making excuses for the misses up here. I'm just saying, if I shot this gun more, I could probably do better, but that's absolutely an acceptable group. I mean, the majority of the rounds are right in there, so that's pretty solid. Now, if they were all over this target right here, that'd be a different story. But the fact that they're all right in the general vicinity of each other, I'm saying that that's acceptable. And then if I shot this gun more, I could absolutely work them over into the X. So reliability, I haven't had a single problem with this gun that I can remember. It's a hammer-fired gun, double action, single action. Those are typically pretty reliable handguns as far as semi-automatics go. And I can't tell you a single issue that I've had with it. I also can't tell you how many rounds I've put through it. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and be like, I've put 12,000 rounds through it. Yeah. No. The people who say that are lying to you, or they're, competition shooters. That's all there is to it, okay? I mean, Jerry Michalek and Rob Latham and guys like that, if they had this gun and said they'd put 12,000 rounds through it, I'd absolutely believe them, 100%. Anybody else? Yeah, I'm going to question that. So, unless it's your only gun and you shoot it all the time, So, I would say it's been a reliable gun, but I haven't put, 10,000 rounds through it or whatever. So take that for what it's worth. Let's move on to ergonomics and feel. I like this gun, man. It's, look at it. It's just kind of sleek looking. You got this line that goes down here. And then the serrations, they're actually at an angle. So if you look at the way the slide is cut, that's angled, and then the angle down on this cut right here kind of makes it look neat to me. The sights, you got regular like Novak style 3-dot sights, but there are plenty of aftermarket sights available for this. And wow, it looks like I need to screw that guy back down in there. Just noticed that. Yeah, that's a little wobbly. Okay, well, I should probably fix that. Hold on a second. And we're back. Okay, so I screwed that back down in because that was bugging me. Again, plain old 3-dot white sights, but you can get different aftermarket sights for it. You can send this to Cajun Gunworks or CZ Custom Shop and have them spiff it up for you. They'll do stuff like put a different trigger in it, put a different hammer in it. They'll cut the slide for you to put a red dot on it. You can get a threaded barrel for it. They actually sell a threaded barrel model. It's called the Tactical. Yeah, CZ-P-07 Tactical, I believe. And that one comes in like an urban gray color. It's kind of neat. It's got a rail on it if you want to put your lights on there. It's got some grippy area right there for you to put your thumb and your forefinger on the other side. And man, if you got tiny hands, this is the gun for you, because look how big these controls are. Holy crap. So your decocker is like ginormous, but it's also thin to the frame. It's not, it's huge, but it's slim. It's not like sticking out. And it's got some texturing on there so you can feel it really easily. These are plastic, they're not metal. And then the slide stop, same thing, nice and big. And it's got these two lines on it that are raised, so that helps you to feel it. It's very easy to press that down and send the slide forward. The mag release is not really oversized. It's actually fairly even with the frame, but the way the frame is cut, it kind of stands out a little bit, so that makes it very easy to just roll your thumb over and press the mag release. And super simple. The only thing with these guns, and I'm going to go ahead and decock it, only thing with these guns is the slide. So what's unique about CZ pistols is the slide rails run inside the frame instead of outside. And that can make it difficult for some people to rack the slide. because normally I would just throw my whole hand over there and go to work. But if I throw my whole hand over there, I'm grabbing the frame. So you kind of got to short stroke it a little bit, you know, like pinch it like that and cock it that way, or rack the slide that way. But so for some people that may be an issue. Now, if it's already locked open and you want to just do that number, then you know, that's up to you. Personally, I'm a rack to slide with my hand guy, and like I said, for some people with the way those, you can see there how the rails are inset into the frame versus on the outside. For some people that may be an issue racking the slide, so keep that in mind. But super large controls for tiny hands people. Moving on, the trigger is fantastic. It's one of the reasons I wanted this gun. Man, I'll tell you a story. I was at the range one time a couple years ago, and it's probably 4 or 5 years ago now, and ran into a buddy of mine who was a competition shooter, and he shot way better than me, probably still shoots better than me to this day. And I was showing him my new, at the time, revolver, my Smith & Wesson Model 65-4, which I did a video on. I'll put a link to that if you want to go check it out. And he was like, "Oh, cool, I got one of those." And so he pulled out his, and mine's the 4-inch barrel, and he had the 3-inch barrel, and we both had different grips on them and stuff. We were comparing them, whatever, and then we went up to shoot, and it was kind of funny because I actually beat him, which was like completely unexpected by both of us. But anyways, we continued just hanging out and shooting, and he walks up to me and sticks a CZ75 in my hand. At the time, I had no idea what a CZ75 was. He just walked up, stuck it in my hand like that, and said, "Shoot this." And I'm like, okay. So I go up and I shoot it, and then it was a plate rack. There were 6 plates that you shoot and you knock them down, they fall over. I shot all 6 plates down, no problem, which was highly unusual for me at the time because, again, I was still in my early stages of shooting. And so then, of course, I asked him, "What in the world is this thing? It feels like it belongs in my hand." And he goes, "It's a CZ75. So ever since then, I've wanted a CZ75, and this is kind of a CZ75, but not. I still don't have one, by the way. I will get one eventually. This is actually the 2nd generation model of this gun. So you can see it says CZ P-07. The originals said CZ75 P-07 duty. So that to me says technically this is like CZ75 internals with a polymer frame. So long story short, I like the trigger on this gun. I mean, ever since shooting that first CZ75 that day, I fell in love with it, and I was like, okay, I got to get me one. And I'll just go ahead and press the trigger for you. It's just so, like, there's your take up, and then you press. It's kind of heavy because that's double action, but I mean, there's no movement in that trigger whatsoever. Just press, 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 and then it breaks. No over travel. I mean, it's just there. And then if I re-rack it, there's where it resets, which is, you know, a little bit further than you would think, but boom. It's so like buttery smooth. This thing has a fantastic trigger on it. If you're not into double action, single action, I get it. You probably won't like this gun, but for me, this is my favorite of all the double action, single action pistols that I own, minus my revolver. This is my favorite by far. That's just an awesome trigger. And believe it or not, you can make it better. Like I said, you can send it to CZ Custom Shop or to Cajun Gunworks, and they'll Cajuниze it for you, and it'll be even better. So highly recommend this gun for the trigger alone. Which brings me to purpose. So I already told you why I bought this gun, because I just wanted a CZ75, and I ended up with this instead, but it's basically a CZ75 with a polymer frame. Why would you want this gun? Well, I would say it's a great range gun. It's a lot of fun to take to the range and just plink with because it shoots great. Feels good. You could carry this gun Absolutely, with its I guess compact size technically, because the P-09 is the full size. You could concealed carry this if you wanted to. You could put some night sights on here and a light if you wanted to, and make it a home defense gun. This would be a great all-purpose pistol, especially if you're willing to spend the time with it and really learn the trigger, work that double action, and man, I mean, you cannot beat this, I don't think, as far as a double action, single action, semi-automatic pistol goes. For the money, yeah, it's better than the Beretta in my opinion. I just like it. I highly recommend it. So overall rating, would I buy this thing again? Absolutely, 100%. I would buy this again. I will buy another one. So there you have it, guys. That's my review of the CZ P-07 in pink. Again, if this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me so you'll find out when future videos come out. As always, head over to affordable-armory.com. That's where the blog lives. That's where all of our social media links are. That's where all of our affiliate links are, so you can buy something you were going to buy anyway, save yourself some money, and help out the channel. And we've also got merch like this cool hat right here. We've got t-shirts, mugs, and all sorts of stuff. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.